Hey YouTube. Alright, you guys, this time I'm going to keep you guys on your toes because this time I'm coming at you from my car. So no worries, not driving, sitting at home. Just got home from the appointment with my attorney. So if you are familiar with my channel and you've seen my last video, I had decided I was going to seek out an attorney for my business, and that's what this video is all about. So if you have not seen that video and want to step back and check that one out first, there you go. Otherwise, you can just jump right in here. So if you are new to my channel, my name is Jessica and I'm the owner and operator of Roundtown Candle Co. I'm a small hand-poured soy wax candle business and I am based out of a little town in Ohio. So let's jump right in. All right, so I have just met with my attorney and I think it went really well. I feel good about it. I do believe that there were some things that he had mentioned that I had not thought about, and so that's what makes me super happy. As I told you guys in my last video, I don't want to just assume that I can figure this part out myself. I definitely want to seek out the advice of a professional, so that's where I am. I do want to say that I did not give credit where credit is due, and honestly, I had forgotten about this. So I posted previously in one of my videos where I was going to be meeting with somebody to go over the possibility of making candles for their wedding. And I did have that meeting, and I was all stressed out about it because I wasn't sure. I'd never done it before. Do I charge a consultation fee? Do I not? Do I need a I had really was just going into it sort of like this, let's just hope for the best. But Elizabeth from Black Kettle Candle Co., she had actually commented on one of my videos, that video where I was discussing the wedding candle order that I was going to be doing. And she had reached out with some advice on that. And she was the one who had said, be careful because somebody could take your design and take it to somebody else and have them do the candles. So she was kind of helping me out with what to watch for and different things like that. So Elizabeth, thank you so much. I completely wasn't even thinking when I posted my video the other day about wanting to seek out an attorney. I was not even thinking about that, and I totally should have given you credit for that because you actually, that was definitely one of the points that I touched on today in my meeting. So thank you so much for that. I do appreciate it. So I went into this meeting and I basically just told Matt, that's my attorney, I basically told Matt, I said, look, my business is growing. I don't have really anything super major going on right now as far as any kind of contracts would be concerned, but I want to be prepared because you never know when somebody is going to call you and say, hey, I am doing an event and I want 200 candles, or, hey, I've got this idea of what we can do. Are you interested? I want to be ready for those situations so I can say yes and know exactly what needs to be done, what bases need to be covered, and have things in such a way that it protects not only me and my business, but it protects them as well. So definitely don't want to get into a situation where something comes up and the customer had no idea that was, just no element of surprise. Excuse me. Everything really needs to be clearly stated up front. And it's hard when you are in the midst of going into something like that. Sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on. It's hard when you are in the midst of a project to think about every single possible scenario, or as many as what, I suppose it's impossible to think of everything, but, the majority of the scenarios that you could come across. So I don't want to take a chance and leave anything out. So I met with Matt today and he had some really great ideas that I had not thought about yet as far as covering myself. So there will definitely be a contract that will be written up by him. And the contract is going to cover the obvious things, such as a consultation fee, such as a deposit being put down. And then, the deposit would then, for example, we discussed like the deposit would then go towards the balance. But if they back out, that deposit is non-refundable. So things like that, because, he had a really good point. If I'm meeting with somebody, I'm meeting with them, I'm probably taking some samples, I'm maybe even coming with some labels I've created, different designs and things like that. So that's my time, plus the time to meet with a person. So if they want to meet with me and, come in on this and do all this deal, and then all of a sudden they back out, well, I should still be able to be covered for my time. So non-refundable deposit is a great idea. And then if they, stick it out and the whole project is completed, then, that deposit gets to go towards their balance. So I liked that idea. I mean, that's not really anything that's so crazy that, is a new idea. So that's just kind of normal, basic contract stuff. He touched on how we will need to work things such as delivery, pickup, setup, stuff like that. So if I'm delivering candles to an event, am I just dropping them off? If so, the charge will be this. Am I helping to set up? Do I have to actually put these candles on tables or do things like that? That'll be a different fee. Are you picking up? Okay, fine. Well, if you are picking up and you do not come and pick up in the time frame in which you are supposed to pick up, then, what happens at that point? What is the consequence if you do not come and pick up these candles when you are supposed to pick them up? So different things like that. And we really went over a lot of specifics on those, which I thought was very helpful. I'm looking down at some notes here. We also talked about putting a watermark on the labels, which is an excellent idea. If I show up to a meeting with someone and they've given me ideas for what they need these labels for, if it's, a retirement party, sort of like their style, the theme, the, things like that, I may, show up with 4 or 5 different labels that I've sort of created just to see what direction they are going, like if any of these like we're on the right track or no or whatever. So if I take those labels or I email those labels out, to have a watermark on it's actually a really good idea, because then they can't just take and print that label out and be like, oh yeah, I don't really think I want to go forward with this project. And then the next thing you know, I'm on Facebook and I can see the exact label that I created on a candle at a party. So things like that. I would have never thought of that. And sorry, I'm like trying to hold my phone up in the car here. I would have never thought of that. So I really was glad that I went and talked to him about this stuff, because I think he had some insight that was definitely on the right track that I would have not come up with. So there are just different things that we went over, and he's going to make sure that there are clauses in there for things like acts of God or things beyond my control, in a situation where if I'm on my way to deliver candles to an event and, somebody runs a stop sign and hits me and the candles are destroyed and blah, 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 stuff like that, I'm not going to get sued for not having candles there, or, just different things. So, there's a lot that really has to be covered, a lot of different situations. And that's to protect myself, my business, and the person that I'm working with, because they need to understand what can happen or what will happen, or if they do this instead of that, what will the consequence be? Or, it's just rules and guidelines that need to be known, and they need to be respected in order for business to go smoothly. So then basically what will happen is with this contract, it's going to be in the form of like a DocuSign. So if somebody wants to get together for, a custom order and is interested in all that, then basically, we'll go through and have that discussion, and then I'll say, okay, I'm going to send you over this contract and you can read it. And then there will be different areas for them to initial based on what they're looking for. So for example, if they want to have candles made for an event and then they want to pick those candles up rather than have them delivered, they're going to initial on that spot, or things like that, so that everything is very clear. So he's going to work on that side of it. I need to work on the other side of it, which is the financial side. As far as, I don't think I'm going to do a flat fee for a consultation, just simply because if somebody wants to order 5 candles for, their girlfriend's trip or whatever, versus somebody wants to order 200 candles for a huge event, like, it's not right to have the same fee for both of those instances, I don't believe, because obviously your 5 candles for the girlfriends is going to be much less time involved than it will be for this gigantic 200 person event. So rather than doing a flat fee, I think I'm going to do a percentage. So if somebody wants 5 candles and they want them to be an 8-ounce candle with this label, whatever, then I'm pretty much, what I'll do, I think, and I've got to go over all this, but I'm going to take the price of what those candles would cost that customer, the total price of the transaction, and then I'll just do a percentage of that, and that's what the consultation fee will be. So same thing goes, or I just said that wrong. Not the consultation fee, you guys. That would be the deposit I'm talking about. The consultation fee will be a flat fee. The deposit will be, rather than a set flat fee on the deposit, that'll be variable based upon a percentage of the price of the project. So if I'm going to meet with you for candles for the retirement party, we'll say, then the consultation fee is just going to be a flat charge. So just to meet with me right out of the gate and go over everything and discuss and, bring samples and whatever, that's a flat fee. Then if you are interested in moving forward with it, there will be a deposit that will have to be paid. The deposit will be a percentage of the anticipated total price of the project. So that is where I'm sort of leaning in on that. And again, I need to iron all this stuff out. I've got different notes and things here, and I need to kind of look at my price points and where things are at and what I'm going to be comfortable with and what I think will be reasonable for what the customer is asking, which is for something out of the ordinary. So they're not asking for just, going online and buying a candle. They want something above and beyond. They want something special and personalized and detailed. So I certainly want to be able to be compensated properly for that. I also want to be able to provide an excellent service for the customer, and I want them to be pleased. And I just think that having a good, solid legal contract is an excellent way for that transaction to happen, where everyone's on the same page. There's no surprises. It's not done with just a smile and a handshake. This way, if somebody goes rogue and just decides they're just going to not do anything, I'm not just standing there with all this time involved and the promise of a project that just got, thrown out the window. So I think the majority of the time, I like to believe anyways, because I'm one of those people that's always like benefit of the doubt and always thinks of the good. I feel like majority of the time, this stuff won't even be an issue. That people will be excited about their project. They'll be respectful of the fact that I have a contract that needs to be read and signed and agreed upon and all that. And then I think everything's probably just going to go great and everybody will end up happy. That'd be the ideal situation, that I get what I want, they get what they want, and everybody's happy at the end of the day. But the reality is it doesn't always go that way. So, do you have to have an attorney? Probably not. Could I have done this myself? Maybe I could have. But I want to make sure, once again, that I'm covering all the bases. So I am letting this go into the hands of a professional. And by doing that, I'm also supporting another local business, by the way, you guys, another small local business, because this is a little family law firm of a father and son. And I've known them forever. And I think it's super cool because, you know, we just need to support small businesses, local businesses. So just as like, you know, just like I want people to buy my candles, I want to support others around me too. So that is another reason why I'm perfectly okay with getting an attorney and just making sure everything is done correctly. So, all right, that's my rambling. I'm going to get out of my car now, take my stuff and go inside and chill out. So I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day. Again, if you want to leave me comments, I always love to engage. I think it's awesome to do that. The candle community is the best community. So, all right, I'll be back around again for another video. Don't you worry about that. And in the meantime, I hope you guys have a great day, a great weekend, a great 4th of July, because I doubt I'm going to have another one before then. And I will catch you guys later. So, see ya. Have a good one.